May I request Uthayaraja sir to kindly switch on the webcam? Thank you.
Unmute कर दिया।
Start?
Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Myself, Kavita Bhavsar, Company Secretary of Balmer Lawrie Company Limited. Welcome you all at the 106th Annual General Meeting of the company, which is being held through video conferencing without the physical attendance of the members at a common venue, in compliance with the various circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. For smooth conduct of this AGM, the members may note that this facility to attend the annual general meeting through VC has been provided by Keyfin Technologies Limited. Members may access the same by following the instructions mentioned in the notice of the AGM. All the mics of the members shall be kept on mute mode by default. The same would be appropriately unmuted for the shareholders who have registered themselves as speakers. The speaker shareholders are requested to speak only when their respective name is called by the chairman and to wait for their turn as per the serial number given to them. The speaker shareholders are also requested to follow the process and guidelines as stated in the mail sent to them. Over to the respected chairman of the meeting, Sri Adhika Ratnashekhar, Chairman and Managing Director of Balmer Lawrie Company Limited.
On behalf of the Board of Directors and on my own behalf, I would like to extend to all of you a warm welcome at 106th AGM of the company being held through VC. The company secretary informs me that the requisite quorum is present. Hence, I now formally declare this 106th AGM open. Kindly note that the statutory registers as per the applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and any other document referred to in the notice of the AGM along with the explanatory statements are available electronically for inspection by the members, and the same shall remain open and accessible during the continuance of this meeting. Before I take up the agenda of the meeting, I would like to introduce my colleagues attending the AGM with me from registered office of the company at Calcutta. On my immediate right is seated Sri Saurav Datta, Director Finance and Chief Financial Officer. Besides him is seated Sri Rajinder Kumar, Government Nominee Director. Next to him seated Dr. Vandana Minda Heda, Independent Director, who also acts as Chairperson of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee and Risk Management Committee. On my immediate left is seated Ms. Kavita Bhavsar, Company Secretary, and next to her is seated Sri Adip Nath Pal Chaudhary, Director Service Businesses. Next to him seated is Sri Abhijit Ghosh, Director Human Resource and Corporate Affairs. Next to him seated is Sri Rajiv Kumar, Independent Director, who is also acts as the Chairperson of the Audit Committee and Nomination and Remuneration Committee. Now I wish to introduce my colleague who has joined us remotely through VC, Sri R.M. Uthayaraja, Director Manufacturing Business.
Chairman sir, Uthayaraja sir has joined in, but he's having a technical difficulty. We are helping
no
him
issues. No issues. Okay, we will continue. But he joined. Yeah, perfect.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Thank you.
We also have with us the auditors of the company who have joined us through VC. The notice convening the 106th Annual General Meeting, the annual accounts and the board's report along with the annexures for the financial year ended 31st March 2023 had been sent to the members earlier, and hence the same may be considered as read. Distinguished members may be aware that it is no longer mandatory to read the report of the statutory auditors at the meeting. However, in terms of Section 145 of the Companies Act 2013, read with the applicable provisions of the Secretarial Standard on General Meetings SS2, the qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks, if any, mentioned in the auditor's report or comments on financial transactions or matters which have any adverse effect on the functioning of the company are required to be read at the AGM. The statutory auditors, Messrs. B.K. Shroff and Company, have not made any such qualifications, observations, or comments in their reports dated 25th May 2023. Further, pursuant to Section 143(6) of the Companies Act 2013, the Office of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India had conducted a supplementary audit of the financial statement, both standalone and consolidated, of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2023, and CAG has stated that on the basis of their supplementary audit, nothing significant has come to its knowledge, which would give rise to any comment upon or supplement to statutory auditor's report under section 143(6)(b of the Companies Act 2013. Lastly, as per the applicable provisions of SS2, the qualifications, observations, or comments or other remarks, if any, mentioned in the secretarial audit report, which have any material adverse effect on the functioning of the company, shall be read at the annual general meeting. Hence, I request the company secretary to read the observations and respective management response, which appears on page 37 of the annual report, with respect to the report dated 25th May 2023 of Messrs. MR and Associates, company secretaries, being the secretarial auditor of the company for the financial year ended on 31st March 2023.
Page 37 of the annual report, the qualifications, adverse remark, reservation, disclaimer made by the secretarial auditor and the corresponding management response are as enumerated below. Point A, the composition of the board of directors was not in conformity with Regulation 17, Subregulation 1 of the listing regulations, Section 149 of the Companies Act 2013, and Para 3.1.4 of DPE guidelines due to absence of adequate number of independent directors on the board of the company during the period from 12 July 2022 till 31st March 2023. Point number B, the composition of the board of directors was not in conformity with para 3.1.2 of the DPE guidelines in the number of functional directors on the board of the company during the period from 4th February 2023 till 31st March 2023 had exceeded 50% of the actual strength of the board due to insufficient number of independent directors. Clarification from the management. The company being a government company, the composition of the board of directors is dependent on directions of the administrative ministry, and thus the non-compliance was beyond the control of the company. Over to the chairman.
Dear esteemed members, I welcome you all the 106th annual general meeting of your company, being held through VCOVAM. On behalf of the board of directors of the Balmer Lawrie, I thank you all for your trust and support as we continue to work through the challenges before us. The business environment. The Indian economy appears to have moved forward after its encounter with the pandemic, struggling full recovery in financial year 2023, ahead of many nations and positioning itself to ascend to the pre-pandemic growth path in the financial year 2023. The Indian economy in financial year 2023 has nearly recouped, but what was lost, renewed, what had paused, and re-energized what had slowed during the pandemic. With the containment of COVID-19 infections and the lifting of travel restrictions worldwide, the current financial year has shown a rebound, with both passenger and cargo movements being close to the pre-COVID-19 levels. The civil aviation sector in India has great potential owing to growing demand from the middle class, growth in population and tourism, higher disposable incomes, favorable demographics, and greater penetration of aviation infrastructure. This is further supported by the government through schemes such as UDAN, which has considerably enhanced regional connectivity through the operating of airports in India's hinterland. The UDAN scheme focuses on the connectivity between the Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities in the country. Further, the government has also accorded in principle approval for the setting up of 21 greenfields airports across the country. In logistics industry, the thirst to its facilities, the last mile connectivity, and also reduced travel time for people, further reducing the logistics cost and promoting export competitiveness. PM Gati Shakti and National Logistics Policy has sectoral complementary of logistics facilitation. The NLP was launched in September 2022. This has also helped the country move from unimodal to multimodal transportation. The multimodal connectivity will provide integrated and seamless connectivity for movement of people and goods from one mode of transport to another. At Balmer Lawrie, we believe strongly that there is no shortcut to success. Business success can be achieved only through hard work and giving preference to customer satisfaction. As a result, the company continued to grow. With this background, let me move on to the performance of your company during the financial year 2022-23. Industrial packaging. Being a market leader in the 210-liter mild steel drum industry, Balmer Lawrie enjoys a significant position with a handsome market share in most of the customer segments, be it foods, chemicals, lubricants, transformer oils, or additives. With state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities and highly skilled technocrats, This strategic business unit manufactures all types of steel drums like conical, composite, open top, tight head, galvanized, tall, plain, lacquered, and necked in. Balmer Lawrie has 6 manufacturing facilities pan-India to cater to the needs of all the customers. The kind of steel being used with specialized lacquers and customer-specific paints enables Balmer Lawrie to manufacture superior quality products with high reliability and supplies in the modern manufacturing plants. It enjoys high brand value and a large and delighted customer base in India as well as in overseas export markets. SBU IP has been continuously focusing on quality upgradation, technological innovations, health, safety, and environmental parameters, and most importantly, on sustainability, which helps in having an edge over competition. The SBU expects to continue its growth trajectory in 2023-24. The SBU also plans to expand aggressively in the export segment. Greases and lubricants. Balmer Lawrie was the first grease manufacturer in India when it opened plants in Sivri, Mumbai in 1934 and in Calcutta in 1947. Balmer Lawrie's Balmoral greases are the leaders in the field with over 80 years of manufacturing experience. With the current R&D facilities clubbed with our infrastructure, the SBU has a very good opportunity to increase its market share and continue to strengthen Balmoral as a trusted brand that stands for its quality and reliability. The overall growth of the SBU in volumes vis-a-vis last financial year is about 3%. SBU GNL has strong presence in industrial segment and is coming up with new products to cater to the diverse demand of the industrial market. In the grease segment, we are among the top 3 companies in the steel and jute sector. The SBU is also a preferred supplier of greases for some of the big automobile companies in India. In automotive segment, SBU GNL is doing good business across India. With our depots in place, the focus of the SBU is appointing new distributors to increase our reach and penetrate nationally. The SBU is focusing on further improving the processes to increase output efficiency. Many measures are being taken by doing reverse engineering for better output. In the contract manufacturing segment, the SBU has taken a lot of initiatives to tap the potential and increase volumes. Efforts are being made to revive the segment as it helps to improve capacity utilization. Chemicals. Leather chemicals consist of 3 stages: beam house, wet end, and finishing. SBU Chemicals, with its strong presence in wet end, particularly in synthetic fat liquors, has started catering in others 2 stages to its customers. There is huge scope in the leather chemicals market, and thus SBU Chemicals has its plan to tap the market with both existing and new products. With a complete product basket in hand, SBU Chemicals is focusing on the southern region where market potential is higher and registered a sales growth of 24% over the last year in this region. SBU Chemicals participated in manufacturing excellence audit conducted by International Research Institute of Manufacturing and was awarded gold for 2 years consecutively. SBU Chemicals is also focusing on synergy businesses like textile chemicals and agrochemicals. Some of the products are launched and this will enhance the business performance of SBU Chemicals. SBU Chemicals has enough opportunities to grow in other segments like finishing, chrome tanning, and beam house. The SBU has introduced new chemicals in beam house segments like wetting agents. The SBU also launched new range of finishing chemicals with a modern manufacturing facility. SBU Chemicals has been able to reach 97% of the previous year volume and has clocked 11% higher turnover by capturing the market of imported fat liquors. The SBU is able to realize better price compared to the previous years. Logistics infrastructure LI. Presently, the company has 3 state-of-art container freight stations located in Nauseva, Mumbai, Chennai, and Calcutta. The company's warehousing distribution facilities are presently fully operational at Calcutta and Coimbatore. CFS Calcutta added 43,000 square feet area of warehouse in addition to the existing 37,000 square feet. CFS Chennai added 5,000 square feet bonded warehouse for handling hazardous cargo and added 20,000 square feet warehousing space during the financial year 22-23 to increase focus on warehousing activities. SBU LI won Best Warehouse of the Year and Logistics Visionary Team of the Year under the Warehouse and Logistics Leadership category as part of Warehouse and Supply Chain Leadership Awards 2022. CFS Mumbai and CFS Chennai under LI received awards in the category of Managing Risk and Risk Assessment at Work and Best Health and Wellbeing Program in 6th Annual Health and Safety Environment Strategy Summit Awards 2023 conducted by Invention Business Intelligence Private Limited. SBULI, Balmer Lawrie is able to bring together a unique set of value proposition for its customers. The SBU is able to offer basket of solutions, container freight stations, ambient warehouses, and a multimodal logistics hub through Visakhapatnam Port Logistics Park Limited. The comprehensive services offered across pan-India locations makes SBULI a partner of choice to importers, exporters, shipping lines, CHAs, freight forwarders, and the trade. So while there is a wide variety of hurdles for the industry and SBULI, it is expected that a combination of diversified service range, pan-India presence, technology-led customer service, knowledgeable resources will ensure that the SBU is able to grow in the face of significant crisis that was inflicted to the economy by the pandemic. Logistics services. The Indian logistics industry is growing due to the flourishing e-commerce market and technological advancement. The industry has progressed from a transportation and storage focused activity to a specialized function that now encompasses end-to-end product planning and management, value-added services for last mile delivery, predictive planning, and analytics, among other things. One thing the global pandemic showed us was just how much could be ordered online. What once was used to for impulse purchases or last minute purchase was suddenly relied upon for everything. The weekly shop, clothing, essential work items, all ordered online and all expected in a very short delivery window. This caused huge spike in demand. SBULS for the second consecutive year achieved all-time record turnover. The growth was driven by the incremental business in mainly air import, ocean export, and export service, express service. SBULS was able to retain its major Government of India and CPSU customers and was also able to sign some of the new activities from those contracted customers. SBULS has a well-defined plan and ambition to continue increasing its private sector business with a view to improve top line as the new sales team gains traction on a pan-India basis. Major focus has been emphasized to enhance customer delight by providing one-stop logistics solution, aligning logistics services along with infrastructure and 3PL services. SBULS has plans to enter the 3PL business and is exploring options to diversify in other areas of logistics to become an integrated logistics solution provider. Technology being the backbone of customer satisfaction, SBULS is in the process of implementing new initiatives like online customer survey, feedback, and customized IT solutions for faster, dedicated, and focused time-bound service and delivery. Cold chain services. India being an agro-based nation, one of the major challenges faced is huge losses of agricultural produce due to improper storage and not adhering to the right temperature and proper infrastructure, along with transportation at optimum temperature. This is where the cold chain industry plays a vital role. The Government of India has come up with various initiatives in providing aids, schemes, concessions on various duties and income tax benefit to the cold chain industry. Due to all this recent development, there has been a huge demand of organized cold chain industry offering state-of-art temperature controlled warehouses along with value-added services like pre-cooling, pre-conditioning, ripening, packaging, blast freezing, etc. and primary and secondary logistics by temperature controlled warehouse. The cold chain market is expected to grow at nearly 17% per annum on a sustained basis over the next 4 years. The major products include fruits and vegetables, meat and fish, dairy products and healthcare products. SBECC has 4 cold chain units operating in Hyderabad, Rai, Haryana, Patalganga, Maharashtra, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. To manage the end-to-end supply chain, the cold chain operations, the SBU is also operating with 18 numbers of 4 empty capacity of reefer vehicles on pan-India basis. Storage business, TCW, has increased 32% in the sales year on year, and transportation segment has shown a nominal decrease in revenue, which is mainly due to lower volume of COVID-19 vaccine distribution business. However, the SBU has been able to rope in new customers from other segments to increase utilization of vehicles vis-a-vis an improvement in revenues, which is expected to improve the revenue generation moving forward. With the improvement in the asset utilization and the revenue, SBUCC is expected to increase its footprints across India by setting up of mini cold storage facilities, which will be executed at lower capex infusion and implementation lead time. Travel. Over the past 10 years, the aviation industry in India has experienced substantial expansion and change. With more people preferring to travel by air than ever before, India has grown to become the third largest domestic market in the world, only behind the United States and China. In financial year 21-22, the COVID-19 pandemic significantly affected the civil aviation sector and imposed a financial burden on airlines, airports, and related services. However, domestic aviation traffic increased again as of financial year 22-23 and is predicted to reach 97% of pre-COVID levels. The SBU has a lot of scope to grow because of a company like Balmer Lawrie is typically seen as one of that services in-person needs through travel desks and implants. The SBU has worked hard to improve our online presence by creating a new B2C website that places strong emphasis on vacations and other services on a single platform. To meet a variety of customer needs, domestic and international ticketing, hotel booking, and ancillary services have been combined with an excellent search function. The SBU has already developed a special website for employees of the Government of India to use for their official travel, and it wants to give major corporations a booking website tailored specifically to their needs. Together with our counter personnel, our digital offering establishes a local presence through partnerships, enabling us to provide consumers with a hybrid brick and click solution. The travel industry is highly dependent on technology, and with the increasing use of AI and machine learning platforms, it is necessary for us to adapt to these technologies as soon as possible to keep our services at par with the market standards. Vacations. The start of the year has again shown tourism unique ability to bounce back. In many places, we are close to or even above pre-pandemic levels of arrivals. Tourism has continued to show its resilience. India's tourism sector is showing signs of revival following the easing of COVID-19 restrictions and the waning of the pandemic. It also noted that foreign tourist arrival in India financial year 2023 have been growing month on month with the resumption of scheduled international flights. India has seen an upsurge in medical tourism due to various government initiatives like Ayush Visa for medical tourists, the launch of the National Strategy for Sustainable Tourism and Responsible Traveler campaign, the introduction of the Swedish Swadeshi Darshan 2.0 scheme and Heal in India. The government initiatives like e-visa, Swadesh Dekho, etc., along with the G20 presidency, have resulted in the rise of MICE activities and inbound travelers. The G20 presidency has provided a strong platform for India to promote its agenda of developing sustainable green tourism practices. With the change of tourism landscape, leisure travel is one of the concepts that is gaining popularity, which has evolved as a radical concept among the business travelers combining business and leisure travel. India now ranks second in the world in terms of leisure travel. The financial year 2022-23 is a source of great pride for the vacations vertical. This, which achieved its highest ever gross top line of INR 129.91 crores, along with bottom line of INR 77.13 lakhs. The efforts made to recoup the losses incurred over the past 2 years and return to profitability are notable. The aggregate business increased by more than 2.03 times compared to previous fiscal year. Refinery and Oilfield Services (RYFS). The SBU Refinery and Oilfield Services is rendering service to all the refineries in India by recovering hydrocarbon from the crude oil storage tanks and lagoons. It handles mechanized oily sludge processing, where the sludge is being processed to recover oil and hydrocarbons. However, the market share has decreased significantly in recent years. The main threats visualized by SBU ROFS related to subdued market demand and the entry of new players in the niche market. Preference of MSME vendors also poses a significant challenge to the SBU with respect to booking of new orders. The demand for the sludge processing services is expected to be stagnant in the near term. SBU ROFS aims to differentiate its offerings in the sludge processing space through technological upgradation and incorporation of new technologies for reducing processing times and manual intervention in sludge processing. With a highly technical team with sound experience and maintaining stringent safety norms, this SBU catering to all companies. SBU ROFS continues to have its highest market share in the oily sludge processing segment in India. SBU RYFS intends to leverage its experience in project execution and wide base of satisfied clientele clientele to foray into allied services areas by diversifying its service offerings. SBU is working towards mitigation of the risks through upgradation of technology as well as expansion and diversification of service offerings and client base. Overall financial performance. The company recorded a net turnover of 2 crores 38 lakhs 309.16 lakh during the financial year 22-23 as against 2 crores 10 lakhs 484.97 lakhs in the financial year 21-22, which is an increase of 13 point year. Further, the company recorded a profit before tax of 21 lakhs 130.23 lakhs in the financial year 22-23 as against 17 lakhs 014.45 lakhs in the financial year 21-22. The increase is being attributable to the easing out of COVID-19 pandemic and the performance of SBU travel and vacations, which was severely affected in the previous two financial years. Due to the same, the reserve and surplus of your company increased to 1 crore 18 lakhs 524.12 lakhs as on 31st March 2023 as compared to 1 crore 14 lakhs 885.52 lakhs in 31st March 2022. Corporate governance. Corporate governance essentially involves balancing the interest of your company's various stakeholders such as shareholders, management, customers, suppliers, financiers, the government and the community. Your company's culture, policies, relationship with stakeholders and loyalty to values is reflected in the corporate governance report. Following are the 5 pillars governance that the company confirms to as a part of commitment to adopt global best practices, high accountability to its stakeholders, absolute transparency in its reporting system and adherence to disclosure compliance, high ethical standards in the conduct of business with due compliance of laws and regulations, enhancement in the stakeholders' value on consistent basis, contributing to the enrichment of quality of life of the community through discharge of corporate social responsibility and promotion of sustainable development. The Companies Act 2013 is being amended almost regularly. Similarly, listing regulations are also amended frequently. Your company is making best efforts to adapt to and comply with the changing statutes and continues to comply with the corporate governance guidelines, norms to the extent within its control. Corporate social responsibility CSR. At Balmer Lawrie CSR is the ongoing commitment of businesses to integrate social and environment concerns into their operations. Over the past few decades, the company has consistently undertaken various CSR initiatives driving sustainable development and growth for its stakeholders. Following are the main objectives of CSR activities undertaken by Balmer Lawrie. Improve and health and nutrition Improve the health and nutrition of status of communities, particularly vulnerable groups such as women, children, and elderly by improving health infrastructure and facilitating service provision, focusing on quality of education and encourage children from marginalized sections and girls to complete school education and opt for higher education, to focus on livelihoods and skill development in order to provide opportunities to women and youth and make them self-reliant, initiate holistic development programs for differently abled children and orphans with a view to provide them opportunities to lead a meaningful life, to support the national efforts in rehabilitation and relief post unfortunate natural disasters. The company has successfully delivered on its CSR commitment and continues to make progress for the betterment of communities during the financial year 22-23. A total sum of rupees 377.74 lakhs was spent towards various CSR initiatives by the company against the total CSR obligation of 360.46 lakhs. Acknowledgement. I once again thank all of you for your presence here today. On behalf of the Board of Directors, I would like to convey to you our sincere gratitude. I acknowledge the continued support and guidance of our Administrative Ministry, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, for the guidance and encouragement provided to your company. I also wish to thank other ministries of Government of India, other governmental authorities for their cooperation. I would also like to thank our holding company, Balmer Lawrie Investments Limited, our valued shareholders, customers, vendors, business associates, bankers, financial institutions, and other stakeholders for their continued support and cooperation. Finally, I must convey my gratitude to my colleagues on the board for their wise counsel and valued involvement. I look forward to your continued support and cooperation. Now, I take up the agenda items listed in the notice at seriatim. Members may note that as per the statutory provisions, the remote e-voting has already been carried out with respect to the items of business from serial number 1 to 8. As stated in the notice, the members who have not cast their votes through remote e-voting and are present at the AGM through VC have also been provided with the facility of e-voting system. The members who have casted their votes by remote e-voting prior to the AGM are entitled to attend the AGM only, but shall not be entitled to cast their vote again at the AGM. The board of directors had appointed Mr. Naveen Kothari, proprietor of Messrs. NK and Associates Company Secretaries, as scrutinizer to scrutinize the voting process for the AGM in a fair and transparent manner. Let us now move to the ordinary business as stated in the notice of AGM. Item number 1. To consider and adopt audited financial statements of the company, both standalone and consolidated, for the financial year ended on 31st March 2023, together with the reports of Board of Directors and auditors thereon and other statements attached thereto, along with the comments of Comptroller and Auditor General of India thereon. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that the audited financial statements of the company, both standalone and consolidated, for the financial year ended on 31st March 2023, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon, other statements attached thereto, along with the comments of Comptroller and Auditor General India thereon, be and hereby considered and adopted. I now request all the members who have registered themselves as speakers to raise any query or issue arising out of the board's report and audited annual accounts. I request the members to be brief. I also request members to kindly identify themselves. Members are also requested to confine their queries to the annual accounts, board report, and the agenda of the annual general meeting. I now call upon Mr. Bishwendra Narayan Kundu. BN Kunduji.
Sir, can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Yeah, very much.
Hel-
Very much. Kunduji, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Respected Chairman, members of the board, fellow shareholder and friend, I am BN Kundu. As for the report and accounts, the company has shown excellent performance and result during the last several years under review, with record increase in sales and profit. The company has also maintained human face to the shareholder by paying dividend of 75% per share. Previous year it was 65% per share. The company is an iconic company today, a Miniratna with diversified operation spread all over India, and it is still expanding. As a long-time shareholder of the company, I wish the company well and sincerely hope that it will further flourish with all-round growth and prosperity. According to balance sheet, the FY 22-23, the company recorded net turnover of rupees 2,038,309.16 lakhs as against rupees 2,10,484.97 lakhs in the year finance FY 21-22, grew by 13.22%. Your net profit this year 16,870 lakhs. Sir, big congratulations, entire management team. I should say it is total teamwork. Sir, your EPS also increased by rupees 10 rupees 05. Your book value rupees 98.3. We the shareholder always with you and your excellent performance. Sir, I have two specific questions. What is your future plan in next 5 years? Is there any further capex plan program? Sir, Chairman, sir, this is my humble request to you. Please, figures should be made in crores, not in lakhs. That it will be very easy for us. And number two, regarding unclaimed dividend, what action you have taken? Because very recently I have seen in the newspaper that one of the leading company, they deposited the money 1 crore 20 lakhs to the investor education protection fund. So this is my request to you, please send the reminder letter to the shareholder so that they become prepared. Before I close, I convey my sincere thanks to Mr. Aditya Ratnasekar and Mr. Saurabh Datto for their cordiality and hospitality when I meet anytime. With this observation, I am closing here with thanks to all. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Kunduji. And now I call upon Mr. Praful Chavda.
Chairman, sir, Mr. Praful Chawra is not available at this point in time.
Fine. Then we can move on to Mr. Jaydeep Bakshi.
Very good afternoon, Chairman and Board of Directors. Myself, Jaideep Bakshi, connecting from the city of Kolkata. Thanks to our Company Secretary for giving me an opportunity to express my views and to the entire Secretarial Department for keeping in touch before this video conference. Sir, in initial speech is a well-detailed one, and it clearly outlined our different areas of our approach and how do we plan to move forward. And congrats for the revenue from operations and also the PAT and also the dividend you have passed on to. Sir, just want to know what is the percentage of the online orders which we have received, and regarding the effect on this input cost in our business, in our products rather, and what has been the revenue from the holiday business also, and expected business because this festive season round the corner on this holiday sector. And we are depending on the MSME because they are the backbone of our nation. So how much has been the uh, uh, dependence on this MSME sector and how they are helping out to us? And regarding use of digitalization for better productivity, kindly throw some more light on this. And are we increasing our new client base for more penetrations? And CSR activity is always good. Return to the society and bringing smile back to the millions of people is always great as always. And how we planning to utilization of our reserves in the future growth of our company? And nothing to add more. I wish our company will come out with much better results and perform much better under your guidance and reward the shareholders accordingly. And festive greetings to all present in today's video conference.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jaydeep Bakshi. Now we can move on to Mr. Santosh Chopra.
Chairman, sir, he is not available at this point in time. We can move to the next name, please.
Mr. Santosh Kumar Saraf.
हेलो
Yeah.
हाँ माननीय सभापति जी, उपस्थित निधियों से सदस्यगण, अधिकारीगण और कर्मचारीगण, मैं संतोष कुमार सराफ कलकत्ता से आप सभी को नमस्कार करता हूँ। आशा करता हूँ सब अच्छे स्वास्थ्य होंगे। सर आपने अपने वक्तव्य में काफी कुछ बताया, सिर्फ ये जानना चाहूँ ये ग्रोथ कायम रहे इसके लिए क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं, और सर रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग के लिए क्या कदम उठाए, और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के लिए क्या कदम उठाए सर, और वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट के लिए क्या कदम है बताइएगा सर। और आपसे प्रार्थना करूँ अगले साल जब फिजिकल मीटिंग होता है बीसी मीटिंग ऑप्शन रखिएगा, जिससे कि हम शेयर होल्डर हमारे उन कर्मचारियों के प्रति जो फील्ड में काम करते हैं आभार प्रकट कर सके। मैं उन कर्मचारियों का आभार प्रकट करता हूँ जिनकी कड़ी मेहनत का फल है कि आज हमारी कंपनी इतनी अच्छी परफॉर्म कर रही है। मैं आप सभी को फाइनेंशियल ईयर 2023-24 की शुभकामना देता हूँ और भगवान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ, भगवान फाइनेंशियल जो 2023-24 हमारे जितने डायरेक्टर, अधिकारी, कर्मचारी और जितने भी वर्कर है उनकी फैमिली के लिए हेल्दी वेल्दी और सेफ्टी के साथ व्यतीत हो। इस वक्तव्य के साथ मैं अपना वक्तव्य समाप्त हूँ। जय हिंद, जय भारत। समय देने के लिए नमस्कार।
Thank you, Saraf ji. Next, we move on to Mr. Bimal Krishna Sarkar.
Chairman, sir, he is not available, sir.
Can we move on to Mr. Manas Banerjee, please?
A very good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chairman, sir, present board members, and my co-shareholders. Myself, Manas Banerjee, joining the VC AGM from Kolkata. First of all, I'm thankful to our Secretariat Department for registering my name as a speaker. Congratulations to the board members for a good set of numbers. Both top line and bottom line registered a positive growth if I compare with last year. Performance and proposed dividend of rupees 7.50 per share for the current financial year. Once again, congratulations, sir, for your liberal dividend policy. Now I have my queries, sir. Number one, Sir, on industrial packaging, our company enjoys a significant position with a handsome market share. How much of profit growth margin you see for the financial year 2024 from this segment? Second query, sir. On refinery and oil field services, our company's market share has decreased significantly. Sir, what are the main reasons for this, and what initiatives are you taken for sustainable growth in this segment? And finally, sir, in the contract manufacturing segment, our companies make efforts for revive the segment. Sir, if you put some light on this, I strongly and wholeheartedly supported all the resolutions by remote e-voting. Thank you for patience hearing, sir. Over to you for further proceedings.
Can we have Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak? Yeah, Mr. Subhashkar. अभी तो वही था, सुभाषकर ही था.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Very good afternoon, everyone, respected chairman and others board member. Myself, Subhash Kaur, joining from Kolkata. My special thanks to company secretary and his full team give me opportunity to speak at this platform. Sir, our company announced excellent result for the current financial year. Congratulations to the board members. I strongly supported all the resolution. Our company's annual report is transparent and informative. Our company is a debt-free and paying healthy dividend, 7.50. CSR activities are remarkable. Sir, our company's balance sheet is very good, but share is not reflect in the stock market. It should have been 4-digit. Sir, our company's holding is 0. Give some light in this matter. Next, sir, high inflation and interest rate circle is moving up. In this context, how are you facing the challenges? Our company's shares face value rupees 10. Do you have any plan to splitting share? Sir, what is the kind of capex that we are looking to do for FY24, FY25? I hope you will consider rewarding speaker shareholder for the coming festive season. I hope our company will do better in coming year under the leadership of our respected chairman. Thank you and wishing you all the best.
Next, we move on to Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, please.
Good afternoon, respected chairman, board of directors, company secretary, fellow members joining at 106th AGM Balmer Lawrie and Company Limited. My name is Ashit Kumar Pathak, joining from Damdam, Kolkata. At first, my esteemed gratitude to our company secretary, Mr. Kavita Bhabsar, and entire secretarial team for sending me the notice of the AGM and annual report very well in advance by email and allow me to speak. Sir, your opening remarks is very optimistic at present financial activities and future strategies and roadmap. Sir, our financial performance is also nicely achieved. PBT also 211 crores against 170 crores, and profit after tax is 150 crores, and revenue is nicely increased to 13.22% than financial year 22. Also, a debt-free company and CSR activities nicely achieved, aggregating 377.74 lakhs, and also rewarding the members with dividend 7.50. Sir, I have some views which I like to share. Sir, at present, certain inflation of raw materials, mostly volatility of crudes and higher inflation in steel materials, any impact in our input cost, if through some highlights. Next, our present market share in mid steel, drum portfolio, and greases and lubricant, and also leather chemicals. Sir, any plan for capacity expansion of logistics, infrastructure, and warehouse? And huge is domestic potential market. This is my view. With cold chain service, any impact in our travel business due to geopoliticals and volatility of global economy, and throw some highlights our EBIT from travel business. Also, steps taken to increase market share of refinery and oil field services. Sir, any plan to enter in inorganic ways like green hydrogen, biofuels, and which is very potential in market. And sir, many recognized companies are ongoing consolidation of subsidiaries for enhanced future business perspectives. Have you any plan for this? Next, sir, what steps taken to VPLPL? Because this is the business portfolios. There is very logistic part, and my view is that there is a huge potential market. So, what might think our company's management team with these subsidiaries? Next, sir, page 54. Nice contribution of AVI oil and excellent financial performance. I am congratulating this. Sir, any further plan again enter in tea retail market, because we are previously in this segment, because I think many players are not ongoing to export market due to geopolitical, but there is some enhanced export tea market. This is my view, which I like to share. And sir, present our capacity of utilization in grease and oil lubricant and also mid steel drum unit. If possible, show some highlights. Sir, foreign exchange earning nicely achieved 86 crore, but outgo is 139 crore. Sir, the reason behind it, show some highlights. And also our reduced in R&D expenditure, show some possible highlights in this. And are we planning to some stringent norm on ESG and biodiversity and water conservation and cyber security, which is very essential at present situation, and also time to time vigilance activities. So all our production units are treated as a smart factory like Industry 4, Six Sigma framework, and modern digital tools, AI, ML, and IoT for cost optimization and enhanced production activities. Nothing to say more. I pray to God everybody associated to my company is good health and prosperity yet we are by the leadership of our respected chairman, also Government of India. Thanking you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Pathak. Now we will move on to Amit Kumar Banerjee.
Chairman, sir, Mr. Amit Kumar Banerjee is currently not available in the call, sir.
Then we will go to Mrs. Lily Pradhan. Lily Pradhan.
Chairman, sir, Ms. Lily Pradhan is also not currently available in the meeting.
Yeah. Then basically, growth plans, yes, the Indian economy poised to become third largest and also having a ambitious target of becoming 5 trillion. Yes, Balmer Lawrie also seeing a lot of opportunities, and then we have drawn out a lot of growth plans for the company. We wanted to have become an integrated logistics player, and in each of the area where we are operating, we are actually working out various projects, and then we will see the feasibility, and then once the board approval and government approval we get it, we are having to enter into those areas. We are actually on lookout, and then yes, our company is committed to grow. Then basically coming back to cold chain, in my speech also I said basically we are looking towards plug and play cold chains in tier 2, tier 3 cities, so that in the lesser cost we can get more capacity. So and then also we also trying to get into travel as an integrated travel player, so that under one roof you are going to get all your travel related services, and we are doing technologically a lot of improvements there. As one of the example is we have actually launched the Government of India portal, and we will future we are going to get into the mobile portal also and improve on there basically. Then as far as volatility of crude oil and raw material, yes, it is the market dynamics, and then we are prepared for that, and then yes, we are getting up and down, but then yes, we are prepared, and then we are taking all steps to reduce those volatility to affect our business. Then coming back to people talked about unclaimed dividend, yes, we are approaching the shareholders, but however as per the rules and regulations of the Companies Act and SEBI, we are also like to deposit after certain years of time into investor education protection fund, and then we are doing it as per the statute. Then we also talked about basically split in share and all at an appropriate time. We will discuss, I mean, think about it. Yeah, DPAM guidelines, as per that we will see. But as of now, there are no plans. And share market, we do not have any control. So we can't do anything much there, and then we have to go with the flow. Then CapEx, I've already told you, we are working on various projects, and then depending upon the feasibility and approval of the board, we will be entering into various areas, such as some of you has already pointed out, maybe ethanol, maybe hydrogen, maybe some other related fields. So we will see. We are actually working on that. We do not want to get satisfied that we are here and then we don't want. We are having ambitious targets and growth plans, and then we will, with all your cooperation and with all the stakeholders' help, we will take this company to greater heights. Yeah. Now I move on to item number 2. The next item in the notice is declaration of dividend. A dividend of rupees 7.50 per equity share on the paid up share capital for the financial year ended 31st March 2023 has been recommended by the board of your company for declaration at this meeting. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that in accordance with the recommendation of the board of directors, dividend at the rate of rupees 7.5, rupees 7 and paise 50 only per equity share for the financial year ended 31st March 2023 be and is hereby declared on 17 crores 10 lakhs 3,846 equity shares of the company, each of the paid up value of rupees 10 only, and the same be paid out of the profits of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2023. Item number 3. The next item of agenda pertains to my reappointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that Shri Adhika Ratnashekar DIN 080536367, a director retiring by rotation B and is hereby reappointed as a director of the company whose period of official shall be subject to retirement by rotation. Then item number 4. The next item in the agenda is to fix remuneration of the statutory auditors, including branch auditors, for the financial year 23-24. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to section 142 and other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, the board of directors be and are hereby authorized to determine the amount of remuneration payable to the statutory auditors of the company, including branch auditors, as and when appointed by the Comptroller and Auditor General of India under section 139(5) and other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, including reimbursement of out-of-pocket expenses, if any, incurred by the said auditors in connection with the audit of annual accounts of the company for the financial year 23-24. Item number 5. We now take up the special business for the meeting. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Sri Saurav Datta, DIN 100-42140 as Director Finance and fixation of terms of his appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, read with allied rules, Regulation 17(1)(c) and other applicable provisions of Securities and Exchange Board of India listing obligations and disclosure requirements, Regulation 2015, and in line with the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee and letter bearing reference number CA 31024/1/2021-PNG in brackets 36607 dated 31st January 2023, received from the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India Administrative Ministry, and the company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing his candidature for the office of director, approval be and is hereby accorded for appointment of Sri Saurav Datta DIN 100-42140 as a whole-time director to the post of Director Finance of the company in the scale of pay of rupees 1,60,000 and 2,90,000 IDA for a period of 5 years with effect from the date of his assumption of charge of the post or till the date of his superannuation or until further orders from the Administrative Ministry, whichever is the earliest, and whose period of office shall be subject to retirement of directors by rotation and on such other terms and conditions as contained in letter bearing number reference number CA 31024/1/2021-PNG 36607 dated 31st January 2023 from the Administrative Ministry, and any further instructions from the Administrative Ministry. Item number 6. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Sri Abhijit Ghosh, DIN 100427885 as Director Human Resources and Corporate Affairs. The fixation of terms of his appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 read with allied rules, Regulation 17(1)(c) and other applicable provisions of Securities and Exchange Board of India listing obligations and disclosure requirements, Regulations 2015, and in line with the recommendation of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee, and letter bearing reference number CA-3024/4 2021-PNG 3973793 in brackets, dated 1st February 2023, received from the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India Administrative Ministry, and company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing his candidature for the office of director, approval be and he is hereby accorded for appointment of Sri Abhijit Ghosh, DIN 100427885 as a whole-time director to the post of Director Human Resource and Corporate Affairs of the company in the scale of pay rupees 1,60,000 and 2,90,000 IDA with effect from the date of his assumption of charge of the post till the date of his superannuation, i.e. 30th November 2027, or until further orders from the Administrative Ministry, whichever is the earlier, and whose period of office shall be subject to retirement of directors by rotation and on such other terms and conditions as contained in letter bearing reference number CA-31024/4/2021-PNG 39793 dated 1st February 2023 from the Administrative Ministry, and any further instructions from the Administrative Ministry. Item number 7. The next item on the agenda is appointment of Sri Rajinder Kumar, DIN 09651096 as Government Nominee Director and fixation of terms of his appointment. The proposed ordinary resolution is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, read with allied rules 17 in brackets 1C and other applicable provisions of Securities and Exchange Board of India listing obligations and disclosure requirements, Regulations 2015, and in line with the recommendation of the National Nomination and Remuneration Committee and letter bearing reference number CA-3021/1/2021-PNG-37493 dated 16 May 2023, received from the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India Administrative Ministry, and the company having received a notice in writing from a member proposing his candidature for the office of director, approval be and is hereby accorded for appointment of Sri Rajinder Kumar, DIN 09651096 as a government nominee director of the company with effect from 16 May 2023 for a period of 3 years on co-terminus basis or until further orders from the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India Administrative Ministry, whichever is earlier, and whose period of office shall be subject to retirement of directors by rotation and on such other terms and conditions as contained in letter bearing reference number CA-31032/1/2021-PNG 379493 dated 16 May 2023 from the Administrative Ministry, and any further instructions from the Administrative Ministry. Now the item number 8. Now the last item of the agenda is refixation of remuneration of cost auditor for the financial year 2023-24. The proposed resolution, ordinary resolution, is as follows. Resolved that pursuant to the provisions of section 148 in brackets 3 and other applicable provisions of the Companies Act 2013, read with Rule 14A2 of the Companies in brackets Audit and Auditors Rules 2014 in brackets including any statutory modifications or reenactment thereof for the time being in force, the remuneration of Messrs. Yes, Dhal and Company Cost Accountants in Practice Firm Registration Number 000197, whose appointment and remuneration was recommended by the Audit Committee and approved by the Board of Directors as the cost auditor to conduct the audit of cost records maintained by the company for the financial year ending 31st March 2024 at a fee of rupees 1,20,000 only, inclusive of all fees, be and is hereby ratified. Resolved further that the Board of Directors of the company in brackets including Audit Committee be and is hereby authorized to do all acts and take all such steps as may be necessary, proper or expedient to give effect to this resolution. Now that we have discussed all the items, may I now declare the meeting as concluded. I would now request the members who have not cast their vote through remote e-voting to carry out the e-voting on the resolution numbers 1 to 8. Please note that the results of the e-voting declared along with the scrutinizer's report shall be placed on the website of the company and also on the website of KFIN immediately after its declaration. Simultaneously, the same would also be forwarded to BSE Limited and National Stock Exchange of India, where the equity shares of the company are listed.
Any one of the distinguished members may now propose a vote of thanks.
I, Sridhar Ghosh. Balmer conduct of the 106th annual general meeting of the company. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Rajiv.
Thank you.
Thank you.